ride. Just got to the airport. We are, oh, a little puppy dog. We are ready. Viva Las Prius.
Yeah. A girl never gave life to the sheep, leash nice, but nah, he ain't nice underneath. Got a price on the leash, I don't trust when he speak. Be on a real spite for the man.
Here in Vegas, please.
Viva Las Prius. We are here. We'll find Mike. I see a raptor. Yep, that's a bird. How to get your license plate. How you doing?
Yeah. We'll put it in the back.
It's coldness. Look at this fancy thing. Mike's raptor.
What are you hungry for?
Going into Pizza Rock, get some pizza. Been here for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We're at the red light. No one's next to us. You want some? Got 60 before we even hit the 45-mile-per-hour sign. Jesus. Extreme, jeez. So we made it to Vegas, and we are, or Mike already started pulling out the Prius engine. As you can see, he's got quite a bit going on right now. We're going to yank this thing out, get started. Well, get finished, because Mike's pretty much finished the damn thing.
There's some odds and ends yet.
Okay, so we just got the head off. How many miles are on this thing?
Off cover, but yeah. 262,000.
Head cover, they call it.
Yeah.
But dude,
This
you
is
want
what
to talk
happens.
about somebody who takes care of their car? And I'm going to show you why in a minute, but look at that. Like, you could eat off that. And if you look back here, this is why Mike has such a spectacular engine, because he's literally got every record. I mean, look at the Prius farted at 114,000 miles. How many Prius? You're up to 11?
13.
13 Priuses. Holy hot shit.
Yeah, the newest one's not on board yet.
I think someone asked me last video, why are we redoing a Prius? Because that's, you can get what? The cost of one car, you can get 2 out of it, at least. We're gonna go for 3, but we'll get back to taking this apart. All right, quiet down. All right, so we're putting new piston in this.
Happy the music.
I turned it down for a second so I could do this real quick.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
I was like, what the hell? I will send you to Jesus.
Okay, so this is the oil ring, and you'll see it's got this little wafery thing right here. And you got two rings on the outside.
Looks like a Ruffles potato chip.
It's kind of ruffly. But so what this does is it holds oil in between this little waffle here. So that sits on this bottom oil ring, and you can see the little holes right here that feed up the bottom right here. So there's little oil squirters that squirt right there. See that little metal thing? All right, that little thing right there is an oil squirter, and that squirts oil up to the bottom of your piston, and the oil goes through that little hole, comes through the piston ring right there, and then squirts in between there. That is how the oil ring works on a piston. So when you have a sludged up motor, which Mike does not because he's ran AMSOIL religiously since the birth of this car. You can see in there it's not really focusing, but this is almost 300,000 miles, and that's just nasty. So that's why it's cheap just to replace these things. We're just gonna do the whole piston ring and everything. You can see the skirt coating on the side starts to wear off over years of Mike abusing his Prius. But yeah, so what we're doing now is we're going to put all the rings on, and there are special ones. The number 1 is I have in there already. This is the number 2 compression ring. So you have 2, and then we'll be indexing the rings, which means every ring has an end gap right there like that, and you don't want them to line up together. So you want them to be off. So if you had them all lined up, line up like that. That is a straight way for oil to get past your oil ring and get right into the combustion chamber. So what you do is you index them to where the gaps are literally opposite, like that. So you'd have one gap here, one gap at the bottom, and this guy sits in between. Same thing with the piston rings. You want to have them clocked. So usually you do across from each other on the oil rings, and then these will be across from each other. So the top ring will be over here and the other gap will be over here. So they won't really spin and match back up. It has happened before. I think Honda actually had a problem with Honda Accord doing that, I think. Don't hold me against that, but I'm pretty sure they did. But that happens. Not very often. That's why you index them and put them the way you do. It's just the way you do it. So if you've ever heard that term indexing, that's what people are talking about, indexing the rings. And they all do go one way. These actually have arrows on them. And then we gotta put the wrist pins in. Let's keep going. It's day 2. All the pistons are in. Pistons are in. Not too shabby for The first couple hours I'm here, we got the bike started the engine. We helped him pull it out. We got to do valve seals on this morning. Clean all the rest of this stuff. Clean the oil pan. Clean that. Clean the cover. And slap this puppy in there. So let's get on it. We got time to get this thing done. Okay, we have got the cylinder head. We are doing the valve seals. These little seals that seal the oil from the top of the cylinder head. So the valve comes up through here like that, a little spring. So we're replacing the seals under there, which look like this. They have a tiny little spring. And I just sent Mike to the store because these are so nasty. I want to re-lap the surface here, and we're going to clean these, all the carbon off these pistons. So you kind of grab these other, they make special tools, but these work pretty good. I found these grab them pretty good. These are just hose pliers you can get. Yank these guys off. Boom. Boom. They actually come off super easy. Now, we're doing something cool right now. We are lapping the valves, which if you're not sure what that is, valves, right here, it's a valve, where they seat up on the cylinder head, right here, and where this touches as it comes down, as you can see on this one, we put this lapping compound. So what this is kind of like a gritty, sandpapery ooze. It's got grit in it. What that does is that, and you rig up a nice little apparatus like this. It's a little rubber hose on the end of the valve. And what you're doing is you're spinning the valve and moving up and down at the same time. And these are the exhaust valves. So they get a lot of carbon buildup. As you can see, there's a lot of carbon buildup here. Mike actually cleaned off all these valves, so they're not dirty now. They were clean. So you're kind of grinding. You'll see where the seat actually touches the head. I can pull my rubber hose thing off. Come on, you son of a gun! All right, got it off. So watch this. So you can see where it's grinding a clean surface. So compared to this one and this one, you can see the buildup. Like that one's corroded. And this one, we've sanded down the surface of the valve, and where that valve touches now is going to be ground in so it makes the same profile as this valve. As you can see where those two parts kiss. So just that one angle right there, you can see where it's kind of gray, and it's kind of gray on this one. You're cutting that angle on the seat, so you have that great seal right there. And whenever you put new valves in, you do this. I'm doing it because the valve had so much carbon buildup in the valve seat that it wasn't sealing very well. So we grind that all out, and now we have a good, nice flowing cylinder head, where before it was kind of yucky. Now it's good to go. But we're on the last one here. We're gonna finish that one up and show y'all. We're gonna put this cylinder head on, get that bad boy put back on there, cylinder head gasket. We'll go over the whole process, how that happens. But right now, we're gonna jam a little bit more here on this head. Finish it up, get these valves lapped, and get this Prius ready for some good quarter-mile times.
Hello, little girl.
What the hell kind of...
Alright. Okay.
Felt like it broke.
This wasn't the tool you wanted for your timing, was it? Timing belt?
Oh, I could use that. That'll work.
That'll do, babe.
Does this do torque angle a lot?
No.
No.
You know how you do torque angle?
Yeah, I know how to do that. Thanks. They do have torque wrenches that do it, so you have it perfect.
What's the torque angle?
90.
I mean, come on, guy.
Mike.
I only use the Gucciest tools.
He's got a Gucci.
My tools tell me when to stop.
On a rise, breaking limits, redefine. On a mission, yeah, yeah, on a rise, breaking limits, redefine. On a mission, yeah, on a rise, breaking limits, redefine. on a mission. What is that? Put the city on my back, yeah. Trophy stack, got too many in my bag, yeah. Competition, ain't too many on my path, huh? Switch the flow, I had too many in my bag, whoa. What do you mean, what do you see, Up in the sky, I'm just like a plane, but really it's me, Ain't gonna fall, I've been here before, so don't be deceived, You like the talk, I run up the scores, two different things, On the rise, breaking limits, redefine. On a mission, yeah, yeah. On a rise, breaking limits, redefine. On a mission, on a rise. On the rise. We on a rise.
We're back playing with the timing. So we got the camshafts in, cylinder heads on, timing chain on. Now we need to put the oil pump and the oil pan on. Whenever I put gasket stuff on, I don't like a lot of gasket stuff. So I'll put a bead, a small bead like that. Then I will just thin it out to where it's just like a smear, just across the part that needs to be sealed. So when it does squirt out, it's only gonna squirt out a tiny little bit like this. Not 8 pounds that you see on some people. They get a little crazy. You just need a smear. You really don't need much at all. So I try to put a little bit on there and just smooth it out. You don't want that going in the motor and getting stuck in the pickup. Less is more in this situation. People that goop that shit on, stop that stuff. When it's a machine surface and you're going machine to machine, you just need a smear. Not 9 pounds of gasket stuff. So gasket guy out there, I know where you're at. I'll find you. Revoke your gasket rights. We are down to the final parts here. Most people don't know, but the Prius has a special gasket. It's known as the chode gasket. Why is it called the chode gasket, you say? Because, yep, she goes right there. All right, we've turned the motor over a bunch of times. Oh yeah, look at that. Looking good. It's got all the assembly lube on there. Turning nice. Couple other little nooks and crannies. And this thing is going right back in there. Look out, sweatshirt. Motor's coming in. Motor is in. Got all the oop, Mike just hooked up the power. We are about to fire this up. Get this thing going rolling. Not bad for a complete engine overhaul. All the seals. Big mess we made in the garage.
You ready?
We are ready. Ready for ignition. Try to prime the fuel a little bit here. Let's make sure there's no fuel leaks. Fuel's prime. We're ready for ignition. And she's on. Alright, she's purring away. I'm going in to check some all the data on here. Got her in maintenance mode. Purring like a kitten. Prius is running. If you guys are into electric vehicles, Mike's got a Rivian. Yes, he does. Check this thing out. You want to talk about haul ass? This thing flies. We're gonna go for a ride in this. And this, we're gonna get some JDM cars out and do a little rollout. Got a lot more coming for this Vegas trip. First 2 days was just refreshing this Prius motor. Next is gonna be some epic craziness. Motorsports. Our buddy Kevin's coming in town tonight, so we're gonna pick him up at the airport. We'll stay tuned and have some extreme Caruso fun.